if all these predictions the countries under Germany and China and not just about Europe suddenly
Hi everyone.
belong to national bench after China must be difficult to anticipate clean energy transition, competition limits, and integrating regional markets may ease.
The FIFA World Cup fever has gripped the world, and we have seen some amazing matches already taking place. And now we are at the knockout stage, which is going to bring a lot of excitement and heartbreak too. So we are here to share all the emotions as the major upsets as well with you. Welcome to Sports Kira. We are previewing some of the best games that the World Cup has to offer. This is Namita Sushdev. You all are watching Ramco Cement Presents SK Kickoff, the right product for the right application, and you're watching it at Sports Kira, the right place for the right show.
One of the other goals of our
We have got Ramco Supercrete.
We built this nuclear plant with it. It will never develop smallest of cracks.
High-strength cement, crack-free concrete. Ramco Supercrete.
are in the oil and gas space, which are looking at exploration.
Well, let's welcome our lovely guest, ex-Indian international and East Bengal FC legend Alvito and a player who had a brilliant career with multiple clubs like Mahindra United, East Bengal and Kerala Blasters, Mr. Sushanth Mathews. Welcome both of you gentlemen to Ramco Presents SK Kicker. How have you been?
Even diversification of the market of
Hi Namita, good morning.
Thank you.
Yes,
I'm good. How are you?
exciting. How are you?
Absolutely fine. My first question goes to you, Alvi. The way Japan has come forward and made their place in round of 16, beating Spain and Germany in group stages, do you think their dominance will continue against Croatia too?
energy contracts, the
See,
law
we have seen a lot of upsets happening in this World Cup, and obviously, one team that we need to talk about is Japan. The way they've really, performed in this tournament, beating two of the great teams who we consider as one of the biggest rivals, Spain and Germany. Uh, but yes, I would also like to say that they have not played a very decent football, but all they managed to do was get those 3 points, which is very important in football. So maybe they have played for 10 minutes. They had a spark for like those 10 minutes against Germany, and that there was a spark for like 10 minutes against Spain. So we saw in both the matches they were trailing by a goal, and then they suddenly bounced back in the second half. I think the key for this team is they no matter how they play, whether they start with an attack or with a defense, but what matters is they have got some super subs in their team. Like we have seen in both the matches, Ritsu Duan is one of them, and Takuma Asano. These two guys, when they come in as subs, and we have seen a lot of substitutes coming in this World Cup and being one of the super subs. So these are the two guys who would be again to be watched out for tonight match. But yeah, the key for them would be Itakura, who will be missing in today's match due to suspension. Now, whether they want to change the formation or they want to stick to the same formation, getting in somebody like a experienced defender Tomiyasu, that is going to be a big question mark. But if you personally ask me, um, Japan has played well. As an Asian, we should be proud of them. But they need to really come, with a lot of strength again against the Croatian. It will not be an easy match today.
We have seen some changes in the playing squads of both the countries. Sushant, I would like to ask you, how would they affect the team's performance today?
some of which wherein there is a price band of 4 to 6 points.
Come again?
Yes. I would like to ask you that teams have gone through the changes in the squads also as the health of the players is not well. So do you think the performance of the players would get affected due to this?
Step changes such that these do not actually have a huge impact.
I don't think so much, but there are players, they are struggling with their fitness. When we see all the matches, all the teams, main players are struggling with the fitness. So it depends on the day. Like they have got the very good bench strength. If you see the Korea team, they got a good, this Japan team, they got a good bench strength. Whoever comes as a substitution, they are become, they are also they go to the veteran, like the people world calling veteran player Luka Modric or Perisic. They are Lauren, not that old. They are like a old bean. Match by match, they are like surprising football fans. Oh, they have been this tournament. You see, Luka Modric playing box to box. He is there. He is their right flank. He's there for left flank to cross the ball. At the same time, he is winning the ball as a defensive midfielder. He is a tremendous performance. The way flow the midfield, like the way he moves, the way he touches the ball. Every football fan fall in love with him. The style he is playing. So the age is just a number for him. He is showing that age is just a number. So I don't think so. There is a problem with their fitness or something, because we have seen Luka Modric playing for Real Madrid the years. He was the one of the key player for them. And the last World Cup, they are the runners. And the way he performed, he carried the team to the finals. And he got a vast experience. And the players they with him is like they draw with the longer side of in this World Cup, and one to Canada, Morocco, with Morocco the team. So draw with them, and their performance overall look like they are the favorite in this tournament. But like Alvi said, Japan is a very good side. They're surprising the world, not only football world, all the world. They're surprising, beating Germany and beating Spain. Everyone like wondered the way they played, the way they outplayed the second half, especially the second half. They outplayed both the big guns in Europe. Germany nowhere, Spain nowhere. So we are all proud of what show they are done in the World Cup. It's tremendous, and we love to see Japan is coming up with the next round. But the Croatia team, they go to the balance. They are playing with that team. They are every department. They are good when they defend or when they attack. The passes they made, we love to see. I personally, I am falling in love with their passing system. There is like just like very very smooth there. So it is interesting to watch. I don't think so. The injury or the age is a bar for this match.
Alvi next, that both the teams are underdogs in this World Cup, as we can see. So, according to you, who should move forward?
See, you might be using a term called as
Difficult
underdog
question.
for uh, you might be using the term called as underdog for both the teams, but if you ask me, Croatia, you can't call them as the underdogs. The reason why I say this, because in the last two World Cups, they were the runners-up team. They lost in, I think, in 2014. They've reached to the semi-finals, and in the last World Cup, they were the runners-up, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So like, you can't write off the Croatian team. They might have stood second in the group. The reason why is because we all know that Morocco came as the first team, and the performance-wise maybe wasn't that great. But if you personally ask me, Croatia is really one team to be watched out for. Apart from conceding a goal against the Canada, they haven't conceded a goal in this tournament. They drew against Morocco, they drew against Belgium, and they won against Canada. So Croatians, they are always known for a game which matters in the big situations. Like for example, tonight, they really know how to rise in this occasion. They have got some very good experienced players like Perisic, Modric, Kovacic. Yeah, up front, they have this Kramaric. He's one of those players to be watched out as well. In the defense, they have Lovren. So overall, they have a good team. If the Japanese team, they have beaten the teams like Germany and Spain, and it might be an easy match for them tonight. Take it from me, it won't be that easy. The Croatians have an upper hand, and I think if you personally ask me, I would be in favor of Croatia to go past Japan in this match.
Actually, if we talk specifically about Japan now, so their goals have come from substitution, as we all know, Sushanth. So, according to you, what can be Croatia's reply to it?
See, it depends on the day of match. Like last two matches, like we were talking about Japan against Spain or Japan against Germany. The first half, they were not up to the mark. And the goals scored, both the big guns, like Germany scored the first goal and Spain scored the first goal in the first half. So everyone thought to win these matches, Germany and Spain. But the second different, the got from the coach is something different. The Japan team is like a tsunami. They were attacking, fighting for each and every ball, everywhere they are. It's their strength, their speed, everything is special. And the super sub, the Superman of Japan team, Ristu Dwan, he come as a substitute and he scores the goal. He lead. He get the ball and everyone he's going to do something. He's going to do whenever he gets the ball, and he's a scorer. He started scoring like 2018 against Uruguay, and so he got that quality. He's playing the Japan. Some almost 6 players playing German Bundesliga, so they got that experience in many. The big teams, very big fights. They are used. The coach is very clever, and he using those players against these big teams. So the substitution, whoever substitute, they are giving their best. They are giving their life, and only this Japan and Korea team, especially in the Asian team, they are doing tremendously well as a substitute player. They didn't get the chance in the first 11, but when they come as a substitute, they are become the hero of their country. Not only the country, all the football world. So this is the best thing I would say to support this Asian team, Japan. But like Alvi said, the upper hand always with the European teams, especially when you see the Croatia. They are doing really well. Last World Cup runners-up. Before that, they are into semi-finals 2 times. So they got that experience, how to deal with the big matches, how to deal with the knockout stage. They didn't lose too much knockout stage. They drew. They played all the matches give their all the life, and they know how to deal with the knockout match. They are experienced, and the coach got that Portuguese coach coaching for Croatia. He know how to made this team for a particular match. So this is not going to be easy for Japan or easy for Croatia. It's a tight match. I would say Croatia got the upper hand.
LB would like to ask you, we see that Japan and Croatia both play at the low block and they get open in the counter attack. So according to you, what should they both do today, or what should be their approach to win the game?
It's a knockout game. The Japanese team might have tried playing a low back was the reason because of the team that they played against Germany and Spain. Okay, but they tried to play an open game against Costa Rica, and that's where they suffered a lot. But coming to this match, I think it's going to be a battle between both the teams who would try to go for a attack. But then yes, whichever teams try to play the low back, there are always possibilities of getting a lot of free kicks or like the set pieces. So what the Croatian or the Japanese needs to do is utilize from the set pieces, whether it's from the free kick or maybe from the corner kicks. But if you personally ask me, even playing with the low back in both the matches, Japan has conceded a goal. Whereas the Croatians, they have not considered a goal. But then, yes, they are too quick on the counters. They might be playing a low back, but what they do is they build up on a quick counter attack, which we have Kramaric on one side, we have got Perisic on the other side, and we have got Livaja in the center of the pitch, and then two holding midfielders, one very good ball player, as we all know, Luka Modric, as well as Kovacic, and with him they have the Brozovic. So they have a good compact, lineup. Brozovic is a man who controls the defense and also tries to build up the attack. So this game is basically going to be the midfield who is going to control the midfield, whether it's going to be the Japanese or the Croatians. But if you personally ask me, I say that the Croatian have got the upper end because Luka Modric, he might be not at his best form, but the ball supplies, the ball touches what he has in him. I think he is going to be the key man for Croatia, and he's going to be the playmaker. He's going to be the man who will be watched out for tonight. So I think he's going to be the difference maker in this match. And I hope that we are going to see open football tonight, especially because when you ask me that they love to play the low back. This is known as the deep defense. They like to play the deep defense football. But if you personally ask me, I think it's going to be an open football tonight because none of the teams would want to lose. None of the teams would want to go the match to go to the tiebreakers. So I think, yeah, it's going to be an open match, but it won't be that easy. But as I said, experience and overall, I think Croatia have an edge against Japan.
Definitely, very rightly you have said. Now, I will take that section like who will score more goals, Japan or Croatia, in the end. But I would like to ask you, like, if we talk about Brazil versus South Korea, if we talk about Neymar, Sushanth especially, he just came out of his ankle injury, and fans are really excited to watch him back in action. So, what are you expecting out of him, or is it logical for him to play at this very crucial time?
And we must do that, I think, sooner than later.
Yeah, for Brazil, it's a crucial match because last match they lost, and this World Cup favorites, the five-time champion, losing a team is not that a good sign. So they are a little bit more pressure now. This is a knockout match, and they have to do well. And I don't think so. Neymar going to sit out today. He have to play because the last without Neymar they were struggling somewhere. They scored, they won, but his miss is a problem for the team. If Neymar, he is that no flaw, he make them play. He's a playmaker. He go through into defense. He alone carry the team. In between, he run with the ball in between the defense. So, and he getting the free some passes. He is really good for a Brazil team. He's a playmaker. But the other side, when we see Korea team, they got that fighting spirit like Japan. Korea is fighting really well. Last match we saw how they fought, how they get those goals. And Song is in form, although he didn't score, but he is there to assist. He is there to help. He there to guide. He is there to control the game. And the way they're fighting, the way they coming for attack, whatever the counter attack or open play, they are come as a team. they reach in the attacking third and they do whatever. No, it's surprising. From nowhere, they're getting the goal. And if you see, Tunisia, 5 goals. And Ghana, 3-0. It's like, so Brazil got upper hand. They got players like Vinicius, Casemiro. Casemiro is surprise pack. He hold the midfield, and when they need a goal from him, he get into the box and scores. So many players, Rodrigo, everyone. So for Brazil, this is a short time, because last match they lost. The fans, especially in Kerala fans, personally I know everyone tensed. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Because the other side, Argentina doing well, and Brazil is struggling with the last match. So this is like very tense. Even Alvi also tensed. We can see that. But Brazil got, if the Brazil they simply outplay the game. We should wait and see. But I hope so. Brazil have to come up with a victory, because then only the that interesting football is there.
Definitely. Same from you. Neymar has come out of his ankle injury. What do you have to say about that and about the playing squad of Brazil, Alvi?
Yes, it's good news, first of all, for Brazil to know that their key player, Neymar, is back in the team. But we don't know how serious he had an injury and how much has he recovered from the injury. If we see the stats here, both the teams have played 7 times. Brazil has won 6 times, lost once. So overall, the record, everything is in favor of Brazil. But then this is all about the past. We need to think about today, and that is where they faced the Koreans, who managed to get past the group in spite of having teams like Uruguay and Ghana. So yes, they even fought against the top team, which is Portugal in the group, and they managed to come out victorious. And they are going to face the Brazilians. Now coming to Neymar. We all know that he's a key member for the Brazilian squad. After the first match, they were really struggling to go past the Switzerland team. They somehow managed to get a goal in the last match. Maybe Brazilians, they gave a chance to all the players who were on the bench, rested most of the key players. But then we always say Brazilians have the depth in them. No matter who plays, Brazil has played. Brazil has lost the match. Let's get it into our head that Brazil lost the match. Why do we call Brazil as one of the best teams in the world? Because they have the depth in them. So who plays, who has not played doesn't really matter. Brazil has played the match, they have lost. Now they're coming from a loss, but then hope they can recover from the loss. Yes, it's a good sign that Neymar is back, but it depends on the coach whether he's going to put him in the first team or get him in as a substitute, because he's coming from an injury. He's been out of training maybe for quite a while now after the first match. But if you personally ask me, I would want to go with Neymar in the starting 11 in spite of bringing him as a substitute. The reason why I say this is we don't know how well has he recovered from an injury. So if a player again happens to get injured while playing, so it's better to change him and get him a fresh leg rather than bringing him as a substitute, and then he again tries to feel the pain or sort of a thing, and then again if he's been substitute, so on one player you're substituting twice. So it's always good to start with the injury player rather than getting him as a substitute. And we also know that Brazilians did not have a replacement for Neymar after he was injured in the first match. So yes, they have the depth in them. Like Paqueta can play there, Rodrigo can play there. There are a lot of other players who can play there. But then Neymar is a different class. Brazil needs Neymar. And Neymar, I think, is a key member for the team.
Yes, Sushanth, I would like to ask you, do you think that South Korea would be able to pull out a major upset against Brazil looking at their previous performances?
It's unpredictable. Like Korea got a good side. we all saw that Korea is fighting really well, playing good football, and they go to the sharpness in attack, the one goal, and Portugal is a big team, so they go to that confidence. They won the match and they threw the knockout stage. So their confidence level is high, but I would say Korea how to take care of their defending, and they are conceding goal. So uh, in their side, Song is there, Hwang is there, Lee Jong Song is there, Kim Jin was there. All the big names are there, but when you face a team like Brazil, it is different. Latin American team, they played together head to head. When we see Brazil only one match, one Korea, but nearly this year they played a friendly, and Brazil beat five. Brazil scored 5 goals, so the fear is there. But this is a different tournament. This is a different stage, World Cup, and the country all are watching. All the the Korea, a big country, big fans, and all are watching. And with their support, the fans are coming tremendously into the stadium, and with their support, they can do wonder. But we should wait and see how much they do the wonder. Although in the league round they did, but in knockout stage against Brazil, I don't think so. They can be the underdogs, or they can be a good surprise in this tour. Always be there with Brazil, because Brazil have to pull up their stockings anyhow, because they are the biggest team in this tournament. 5-time champions is not easy. 5-time champions with that name on their shirt, they have to pull up and they have to perform with their ability. Like Alvito said, Neymar has to play. Why Neymar has to play? Because they are struggling. Their midfield is not working that smoothly. So the players, they go to the individual players, individual quality, skillful players. They are like a magicians. All the if you take the 26 players, they are like a magicians. But as a team, they are not doing that tremendously well. They are playing, they are passing. The passing, when we see the passing accuracy, or passing completed passes, they will be always upper hand. But as a result wise, when we look at the team, they are still to pull up their stockings. Brazil, very good side, but here in Korea, they are ready to fight, to perform, or Hava Legion today. And I am sure this is a tight match. They are going to give a good fight. Let's see.
Definitely. Acha, Alvi, my next question goes to you. That many players we see in Brazil, since this is your favorite team, one of your favorite teams, I would say, are replaced today, and the playing squad is getting through a change due to their health conditions. So I would say, like, do you think anyhow their performance will be affected in the match?
See, actually, sometimes the team that plays in the first match, they always settles as a team. The coach has planned something with the team for a while. Although this tournament, the teams could not have much of their time, because I think at the most they might have got 7 days to prepare themselves for this tournament, because everywhere the league has got over quite late, a week before the tournament could start. So yes, the key member, now we all need to wait and watch, is that whether Danilo, who started the first match as the right back, whether he's fit to play tonight or not. Then also that there's a big concern about Alexandro, who plays as a left back. So these guys are the key members. They have got a lot of options up front, but the key for these two players, because if Danilo doesn't start again today, then whether we are going to see Dani Alves or whether we are going to see Eder Militao starting as a right back. So this is going to be one of the key positions. And also the reason why I say this is because let's not forget the Korean giant, Son Heung-min. So he operates from the left channel. Although he's a right footer, but he plays from the left wing. He loves to cut inside and take a curve towards the goal. And I'm sure the goalkeepers who plays in the Premier League, they are all aware of him because both the Brazilian goalkeepers, we don't know who they are going to start with, but as per the records and as per the performance, I think Alisson is going to start in the goal, but they are all aware of him. So Dani Alves, we all know he has crossed his prime age. Militao, he's actually not a right back, but he's more of a stopper back. But yes, if you personally ask me as a Brazil fan, I would love to see Danilo coming back into the squad, but we have to know how serious the injury he had. But if one man that I really want in this team is that is Danilo on the right back, because up front I'm not really bothered. Even if Neymar doesn't start the match, maybe for some reason if they want to rest him, they've got a lot of players like Martinelli, though he could not score, but he was one of the key members in the last match. Rodrigo is one of the promising players, and they have got a lot of other players as well. But one man, if you really ask me, who should be having a start in this game is Danilo, or else I'm worried that they might struggle in this match.
Okay. Sushanth, if I ask you, as we see that both the team, Brazil and South Korea, they attack on counter, है ना? So what do you guys think that what kind of match it is going to be today?
It's
Am I audible?
Brazil don't want to wait for the attack. Brazil go to that rhythm. They do the small passes, keep the possession, and they go for attack. But the other side, Korea always wanted to do that counter-attacking game. They do the low block, the defensive block, then they win the ball and they are quick in counter-attacks. And that's how they're getting there. And where they support the counter-attacking, all the players coming up and they play opponent half. But Brazil is playing passing. They keep the possession. They don't hurry to attack always. But in between, they surprise the opponent team. Like as a sudden, they go through in the middle of the the midfielders and those defending breaking passes, the through balls, the penetration passes. That is always coming from Brazil. So this is like a different style of game, the different continent, one from South America and this from Asia. So this is a different type of game. But anyhow, I am sure this Korea going to defend them in the lower back and defend really well. And we have to see how much they can hold, like a team Brazil. They are like a surprise pack. Anytime they can beat any defense. Their strength is that individual quality, individual brilliance. The players got Vinicius Junior, the speedy man. He got that talent. Yesterday we saw the speedy man Mbappe. How he beat and scored the goals is something close to Mbappe. The Vinicius also that special quality. We have seen he's playing for Real Madrid or he's playing for a earlier match for Brazil. He got that special quality. So that is the difference in this match, the individual difference, individual brilliance. They go to the sense how to attack, how to get the goal. That there is the difference. Yesterday we saw the European teams are winning that that special quality in England side. How they outbreak the Senegal defensive line. So that's how the European teams, the Latin American teams attack controls. That Tite, tactician, he know how to plan for this team. He is a very experienced coach and he know every individual players, like what quality they have got. So this is like Alvito said, there are surprise in substitution. Maybe we don't know who is going to play today. There is a problem of injuries in Brazil side, but anyhow, Brazil is Brazil team. We cannot expect something very low. Their standard is very high, and always every fans waiting to see. Many are taking off from their office. Many are taking a holiday for this special match. So the expectation is very high, very high. Brazil how to perform, and the other side, the Korean team is ready to fight. They are not going to surrender easily. So,
Now, if
it's
we
an
come,
interesting match. Let's see.
definitely it is going to be a delight for all of us to watch these matches. Now we'll take the predictions for all the four countries. Now, starting with Croatia and Japan. What do you think, Alvi? Who will score more, or who is the predicted winner for you for today?
It's very difficult to predict who's going to score more, but definitely I think Croatians have the upper hand in the first match, and they should come out victorious because football is all about getting the result, which is 3 points. So goals are really not mattered in this match because we are in the knockout stage. So if you ask me, I think the Croatians have an upper hand against Japan, and they should go past through Japan today.
And according to you, Sushanth, who will enter in the quarterfinals now? Croatia or Japan?
Even I am going with Croatia. The scoreline maybe 2-1 or 1-0. Croatia winning.
Both of you are going with Croatia. Then I should go with Japan then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if I talk about Brazil and South Korea, I know the answer, Vese, already. So what would be your answer? Who is going to enter in quarterfinals?
See, again, the names really doesn't matter. But then, yes, we all know that Brazil has an upper hand against the Koreans. They should win tonight's match. But then it's all about how well prepared are you in the match. Experience-wise, definitely Brazil is far better than the Koreans. And I think Brazil has the upper hand and they should convincingly win this match.
And your thoughts on this? Who is the winner for you for today? Like in the quarterfinals, who is going to make his place, Brazil or South Korea?
Yes, same goes to me also. Brazil is going to win at least.
Your voice broke. Your audio was not coming properly.
Brazil is winning. Yeah, Brazil
Acha,
is winning, I'm sure. Because
Acha,
Brazil have to come up with a victory.
I'm having my fingers crossed for Brazil then. All right. So all of us would be celebrating in the evening, like, you know, if Brazil wins. Okay. So
Yeah.
we are
Let's
having
hope
a
for the
delight
best.
in the every episode of SK Kickoff. So starting with you, Sushanth, today, please give a message in Malayali to all your viewers. What do you have to say to them for today's matches?
യെസ് പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ നമസ്കാരം. ഇന്നത്തെ മാച്ച് നമുക്കറിയാം, രണ്ടും നല്ല ടൈറ്റ് മാച്ചാണ്. അവർ എല്ലാവർക്കും ഫാൻസുകളുണ്ട്. നമുക്ക് ക്രൊയേഷ്യൻ്റെ ലുക്ക മോഡ്രിച്ച്, അതേപോലെ അപ്പുറത്തെ ജപ്പാൻ ആണെങ്കിലും നല്ലൊരു ടീമാണ്, ഏഷ്യ എന്നുള്ള ടീമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൽ നല്ലൊരു മാച്ച് കാണാം. ബെസ്റ്റ് ടീം ജയിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് നമുക്ക് ആഗ്രഹിക്കാം. അതുപോലെ അടുത്ത കളി ബ്രസീലിൻ്റെയാണ്. നമുക്കറിയാം കേരളത്തിൽ ഒരുപാട് ഫാൻസ് ഉള്ള ബ്രസീൽ ടീമിന് നല്ലൊരു വിജയം കൊടുക്കട്ടെ. കഴിഞ്ഞ മാച്ചിൽ അവർ തോറ്റേൻ്റെ ആ വിഷമം, ബ്രസീൽ ഫാൻസിൻ്റെ ആ വിഷമം മാറ്റിയിട്ട് നല്ലൊരു വിജയം കൊടുക്കട്ടെ. അപ്പോൾ ഓൾ ദി വെരി ബെസ്റ്റ്. എല്ലാവരും എൻജോയ് ചെയ്യുക. എൻജോയ്. താങ്ക് യു.
Now to you, Alvi. Please say
Namaskar.
something.
Yeah. নমস্কার, আমি আলভিটো ডিকুনা। প্রথমে বলি, ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ খুবই এক্সাইটিং খেলাগুলো আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি। আমি আশা করি আপনারাই সবাই কিন্তু খুব আনন্দতে আছে এই ম্যাচে। সত্যি মানে ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ কাতার 2022 খুবই ভালো খেলাগুলো আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি এখানে। আজকে রাত্রিবেলা ব্রাজিল খেলছে। ব্রাজিলের প্রচুর ফ্যান্স আছে কলকাতাতে কিংবা সব জায়গাতেই। আমি আশা করি আজকে ব্রাজিল জিতবে, আজকেই শুধু না সবকটাই ম্যাচ জিতে ওরা এই বছর ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপটাই জিতবে আশা করি। আর আমি জানি ব্রাজিল সমর্থকরা যতজনে আছে সবাই আশা করি খুব ভালো ওরা ফুটবল খেলবে, ফুল টিম নিয়ে আজকে নামবে, যেটা আমাদের অনেক জনের একটু প্রশংসা থাকে এ নেইমার খেলবে কিংবা এই খেলবে কিনা। আশা করি আজকে সবাই খেলবে আর আমরা এই ম্যাচটা জিতবো। আর আমরা আগামী ম্যাচটা নিয়ে পরে ভাববো, কিন্তু এই ম্যাচটা আশা করি সবাই মিলিয়ে আমরা ব্রাজিলকে সাপোর্ট করে আমরা জিতবো। থ্যাংক ইউ।
I would say thank you to both of you for giving your time to us, and thank you so much for joining in the show. Thank you, Alvi. Thank you, Sushanth. See you next time.
Thank you, Namita. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks to Sports Kita as well.
Thank you.
And to all
Thank
our
you.
viewers, it was a pleasure having you all watching the show, and looking forward for your continuous, I would say, presence on Sports Kira's exciting big matches. And yes, thank you so much for watching us on Ramco Cement Presents SK Kickoff, the right product for the right application. And we'll see you next time. Till then, enjoy the matches. Bye-bye and take care.